Hi guys, hi, welcome. How are you? How you guys doing? What you guys doing right now? Fun Mamas SA, hello. Mommy and Deputy Mommy, hi. Our kids kept on adventure, hi. Yeah, I'm so glad I made it on time. Hi Mommy, hi. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are watching a replay on YouTube, my name is Thandaxaba and thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're talking about something very exciting, and this is not just for only homeschooling families, but this is for every family, I believe. So we're talking about field trips or family outings. So I do have a special guest. Yeah, I'm about to invite her just now. I hope you guys will enjoy this live. Hi guys, can you guys hear me on the live? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, type I love Thanda. I love Thanda if you can hear me. Okay. I'm going to invite our guest. I hope you guys can hear me. But if you can hear me, I just want to say I love Thanda. Then I know you guys can hear me from that side. Oh, good. Mommy and Deputy Mommy can hear me. Okay, so I'm going to invite our guest. Hi, Elsa.
Hope you can hear me. Oh, no.
Okay. Oh, now we can hear you. We didn't hear when you what were you saying?
No, I was just checking if you can hear me now.
Yes, now I can hear you. Now I can hear you. How are you?
So good. Thank you so much. End of the week, relax and unwind for the last little bit.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, for the last bit. And here we are now, getting ready for the new week.
Yes. Lots of planning.
Yeah.
Planning session now.
Or is it? There's something wrong with, is it your mic or you cutting? Like when you talk and then there's like a pause.
Okay. Let's see. How's that now? Can you hear me? Is there a delay?
Yeah, there's nothing now. It's all clear. Hello guys, welcome to today's live. Are you guys excited? If you're excited, type I love Thanda. We loving the live. And today I have a beautiful lady joining us, our guest for today. She is she's a mom to a beautiful daughter. Her name is Elsa. Am I pronouncing it right?
Actually right, it's Elsa.
Yes, Elsa. She's a mom to a beautiful daughter. She's married to she's married to a handsome husband of hers. She studied somatology and then went straight into sports science, and she was majoring in exercise with children. So she spent most of her adult career working with women and children. And at the moment, she's currently working as a freelancer makeup artist, which allows her to be flexible and give the attention to her little one. I think that's a blessing, hey? I would love that. So
you can have a little work time and me time, and you still feel good about yourself, but mostly you can put in all your energy into your daughter. So yeah, it's a blessing.
Yeah, it is. I would love that. So I just want to read this, right? So her daughter is 4 years old and they are homeschooling her child, her and her husband. And the husband is also working from home, which is great because both of them can actually pour to their daughter. I think you are blessed. You are more than blessed. And right now they are homeschooling. They started actually in 2020. The plan was to send her daughter to school, but then when the daughter turned 3, there was a pandemic. So schools were on and off, and so then they decided to start homeschooling your daughter. And Elsa says they've been loving it ever since. So they're loving the activities they've been doing with their daughter and spending time with her. And you know what I love the most? is seeing you guys travel together. I think that's priceless because I understand how much a child can learn from just different environments. So seeing you and your daughter, it's beautiful.
Us and how it sort of just became the natural thing for us to do because we were already to go somewhere. The questions would come like, "Mommy, how does this work? Mommy, that come from?" And then I'll be like, "Okay, let me find out for you quickly." And then it turns out, and it just sort of, it naturally snowballed into it.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's actually a very nice way to introduce homeschool, I think, to your family and also to your daughter, because it doesn't really feel like school. It feels like play, or we're having fun, and that you're exposing her to a number of... Okay.
Also enjoying having fun.
Connection is trying us. So today, guys, like I said, we're talking about family outings and field trips, and I have Mike, Elsha, and the network wants to try us, but it's not going to succeed. Okay, so I think we're gonna just jump straight to it. But guys, before we continue, I just want to say this: whatever Elsha will be sharing, it's just her personal experience. So you can't then take this and say, this is what she said and she studied this and this, so you can't quote her. She's just sharing her personal experience. She's just opening her home and sharing with us, hoping that we can learn something from her and we can also learn from something from you guys. So please, guys, leave us comments, leave us questions, and let's keep the discussion going. So Elsie, I'm gonna jump straight to it. In your understanding, what are field trips?
So a field trip is like you're going out of your normal and natural environment, something that you already know, the familiar surroundings, into a new unknown. And to me, it just opens the door to a different world, a new world. And that's why we love it so much, because you get to experience a new world. And it's just like, it really opens up your mind to stuff that you wouldn't otherwise.
I lost you just at the end there. I don't know what's wrong with whether it's the network or just the microphone. But I think I got your definition of field trips. Can you hear me? Esha?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't know what's happening. Like after like a minute of you speaking, then it cuts.
I wonder if I must.
But we're gonna
again.
Okay, let's try that. Sorry guys about that. I'm gonna re-invite you just now. I'm gonna do that. Yes.
Better try.
Maybe you must exit from that side. I don't know. Okay guys, sorry about that. But please leave your comments. We're talking about family outings, field trips. What are your thoughts? I'm very interested because I want to be intentional this year in taking my kids out. So I have lots of questions for our guests. If you guys have questions, just type them down below, please. I want to see your questions. If you have comments, or even if you have questions that are not related to today's topic, we can still discuss them in other lives. So just type your questions down there. I'm going to note everything that you guys say. And yeah, that's my daughter's drawing. It's not supposed to show, but okay. So for you guys, do you guys plan field trips, or you're more of a spontaneous person and then you just decide to just go with your kids or with your family? Do you guys plan ahead, or it's just something that just happens? And also the cost involved, like how do you manage all of that? Okay, hi guys, we see you all who are waving. Hi guys, I see you. I'm trying to invite our guest again.
I hope it's better now.
Yes, I hope so too.
Hear me?
I can hear you, but now I can hear myself twice.
I don't know if yes, it's my line. I completely restarted everything. It seems
Okay.
fine.
No.
I'm doing it perfectly. Everything is smooth.
It's fine. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. We see you guys. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. I was asking you guys, do you guys plan your field trips, or it's just a spontaneous thing? How do you handle the finances involved? Just leave your comments. We're gonna get to all your comments. We see you all who are waving. Hi, 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 hi. We see you. So actually, you were still telling us in your understanding what are field trips or family outings. But I like using field trips because when I say field trips, it feels like we're going to learn something. There's like a goal to it.
Going on a journey, you're gonna learn. So for me, it's basically leaving your home environment, your natural environment, everything that's familiar to you, and you're going into a new space that's completely unfamiliar, and you end up learning. So it's like opening a door to a new world. You know, you learn so much from that because everything's basically unknown.
True.
That's basically for me what a field trip is and why we love it so much.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And I always see you going to different places with your daughter, and I'm like, I wonder, for someone maybe, because I have kids, I'm homeschooling my kids, and maybe someone might be, whether you're homeschooling your kids or not homeschooling your kids, but someone might be wondering, is this really necessary? Are these trips necessary, or it's just if you can, or if you can, if you can't, then it's fine. What do you think? Are these field trips necessary for children, for homeschooled children especially?
I would almost say yes and no, because I'll first say why I don't think it's necessary. It's not 100% necessary because you can find information online, you can watch different videos, but I would say it is necessary is going out there, you putting yourself in a new environment, and then you end up learning so much more because you're getting the physical input, you're getting what you see, what you hear, the surroundings. It's like if I take my daughter for example, she soaks in everything. But on that, there's so many places, if you do a little bit of research, where a lot of the field trips or an outing isn't really expensive, and oftentimes it's for free. A lot of places offer field trip options where you can go with a group of homeschooling mamas maybe, and it's like either free or 20 Rand entry or so. So it doesn't have to be expensive. So necessary, yes, it doesn't have to be expensive. I mean, a field trip, you can literally go to an open park or an open field close to your area, and you can learn something, obviously depending on the theme. So yeah, that would be my take on it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that you're also mentioning that when you are there, you sort of soak in, you use all your senses to learn, and that's, I think, beautiful for a child, because children need to use their senses to discover and understand the world around them.
That is very true. I fully agree with you.
And then we have heard that children learn a lot from their surroundings, just like you said, like they learn a lot from their surrounding. How important is it then to expose them to different environments?
I would say it's so important. It's for that, we already just touched on it. Basically, if you're out there, you're using literally all of the senses. That is why it's so important, and they get to grasp it a lot better than just if you're just on pen and paper, which is great. But once they taste, they see, they using their arms, they're using their legs, they're going up and down, they're naturally more excited. It's sort of just, So I would say it's super important.
No, I agree. I think I agree with you. And like I said, I want to be intentional. Even last year I tried to plan some field trips, but then there were restrictions now and again, and I think I wasn't pushing hard enough. So this year I'm like, I want to be intentional. And for parents out there who want to be intentional to expose their kids to different, I think like what you just said, to different environments, it doesn't have to be expensive.
Absolutely.
But as long as you're intentional, then you can look for something different, and then you can expose your kids to. And I like that. I like it. It doesn't have to kill the bank. So how do you plan trips?
How do we plan?
How do you plan? Yes.
Yeah, so basically, I know a lot of homeschooling moms would be like, this is our theme for the week, so let me find something to suit the theme. For me, to be honest, now that she's older, I do that, but a lot of the times it's the other way around. We'll be like, oh, let's go to the aquarium, for example, or we were just at the park, and then she would pick up a little snail, and she'll be like, Mommy, why does the snail look like that? Oh, Mommy, does a snail have teeth? And then I'm like, okay, cool. Then I go and plan my activities around that. So I'm the other way around. I sort of, I do plan by seeing what's going on in our close vicinity, in our area. If I see something interesting happening, then I would research and plan. And then I do have a list of places that we would like to visit. And then go according, and also according to the budget for the month.
Oh, nice. Now, do you set like a specific time or like a day for field trips, or it just happens?
What I do is I sort of say 1 or 2 days a week. It doesn't have to be a specific time. We do have specific days that we never go out, but it can be any of the other days. At the moment, we just joined a homeschooling group, and then on a Friday, we always get together for something educational like that. So that's set aside, that's our separate time. And then if it's just us, it just depends on how things go.
Yeah, but I think I like the fact that you guys are at home, you know, you're free, you know, you can just plan to go on a Monday. You don't have to wait for a weekend to go out.
Yes.
So I also like what you just mentioned just now, that the way you plan it, you just go somewhere and then you allow your daughter to lead the lesson. So you follow her, what she's interested in, and then you then make a lesson about that. I think that's beautiful.
And that's what
I think
sold me on homeschooling.
And I think I like that, because even if you're sending your kids to school, it can actually be a good thing to just take them out and then you see their interest, and maybe you can just pour in whatever that they're interested in. So
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
They learn so much more if they're interested in something. That's
true,
for sure.
Very true.
Kids are naturally inquisitive. You just have to take a minute and listen to the questions that they're asking, instead of going, I don't know, because half of the things she asks me, I really don't know. And then I'm like, Mommy, let's Google it, let's look in a book. And so I learn so much as well, because it's like stuff I don't even stop to think. I'm
very true.
So I learn along the way as well. And then, the questions just keep coming, and instead of just saying, I'm sorry, I don't know, or I look and I try and answer her as best as I possibly can.
Oh, that's nice. So then you get to learn together with your daughter. No, nice. You mentioned that some of the field trips might be free, or maybe they don't cost a lot. It's like just a 20 rand entrance fee or something like that. I think the biggest question that people normally ask is finances. Like, how do you finance the field trips? Do you set like a specific budget aside, or you just say, as long as it doesn't exceed this, we can always go whenever? Or how do you finance, or how do you just finances around the trips itself?
But basically, we have like a schooling budget, a homeschooling budget. Right, so that is how I plan it. I try and make sure I fill our days with some free things and some paid things, and as long as it doesn't exceed certain things. And then I'm also smart about it. If we are going to something that's a little bit more expensive, then I would make sure snacks, water's packed, or you eat at home and you've got a little bit of snacks, so that it's not extra unnecessary expenses. That also makes it easier and more achievable. And also you have to prioritize it, So for me, I would just be like, I use the budget that we have and I see how I can stretch it. It is important to us, so I value experiences over things. So we'd rather have a little bit less of certain material items and rather spend on an experience, because I've seen how much he learns from it, how much he loves it. I also enjoy it. It's also great for me, great for my soul. It's also great for my mental health, coming out a little bit, not just being cooped up. I think people think you're so isolated if you're doing homeschooling, but it really isn't the case if you just get yourself out there a little bit. So there's many reasons why we do prioritize it, but we definitely have there's a set budget and I work within the budget.
Wow. No, I like that. And I'm taking tips, okay? I'm just noting. I'm noting. And if someone is homeschooling, whether homeschooling or not homeschooling really, but we always focus on the homeschooling families. But if someone now wants to start incorporating field trips, where can they start? Where do you start?
I would definitely say connecting with other homeschooling moms, because that gives you a lot of knowledge and insight about what's going on around you in your...
Sorry, 1 second. Sorry.
Perfectly fine. It's not a problem.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's perfect. That's exactly our life. That's how it goes.
Yeah, sorry guys. That was my daughter. Yeah, she just wanted mommy. No one else. Sorry, Elsa. I think you were answering me if a parent or a guardian wants to start to incorporate more field trips to their homeschool routine or life. Where do they start?
Definitely by connecting with other homeschooling moms, if possible, in the area. It gives you insight to what's out there, and sometimes you can form a group and then go on a field trip. That's also really nice. And then secondly, especially when it was like there was a lot more restrictions, you were on your own, you couldn't meet up with anyone. I really learned to like research. I Google what's in the area, you find different keywords to search, and then plan according to. So basically Google is your best friend, because that's basically how you find the information.
But where do you find the other people who are homeschooling? Like we'll hear people saying that you must have a group of homeschooling families, but where do you start in finding them?
Yeah, the best place I would say is social media. So Facebook's got a South African homeschooling group, and then I would go on there and say, hi, I'm from the Western Cape, I'm from this area or that area, if there are any other homeschooling moms out there.
Yeah. That's nice.
Can do, because how else would you find someone?
Yeah.
I would go into Facebook, say homeschooling group, see what's available, and then join a group that looks good to you, and then you will meet a group within the group. It's a Facebook homeschooling group.
Yeah. No, thanks. I think now we're gonna dig deeper. Enhle? I'm sorry, Enhle. I'm coming, baby. Ne? I'm so sorry, Enhle. Like.
It's perfect. I know how it goes.
Yeah. So now, I think we're gonna come. Like, I don't know if you have faced this since your daughter is still young, but I don't know, what are some of your concerns that you have, when it comes to homeschooling, or some of the concerns you had before you took the decision to start homeschooling?
That's a good one. Even though she is still young, obviously the first concern you have is, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing what's best for my child? That's the first. Like, can I do this? Am I qualified enough? So for me, that was my main concerns, and we only made the conscious decision to start homeschooling this year. So previously it was sort of just natural, we were just winging it. It was the pandemic, schools are on and off, so we were just doing what we could. And then this year we decided, okay, no, we are going to homeschool, we are certain about it. And then I did a little bit more research, and then we made the decision. We were both on board. My husband was fully supportive of it. And that's how we came to the conclusion.
Elsa, how do you handle negative criticism around homeschool matters? Because people have a lot to say, hey? And it's not nice most of the time.
And it's often in a way, if they say it gets to me when it's like very friendly and it's like they raise their concerns. But then you just have, it's like life in general. you have to be very selective of who you take advice and criticism from. So I would just take it from who it comes. If it's not really important, if they don't have a big influence in my life, they are entitled to their own opinion, as long as I'm comfortable with what I'm doing. And I think it's also a natural response. When something's unknown to people, they sort of immediately put up defense. I'm like, but why is this different? Why aren't you doing what's the norm? You know? So yeah, I just ignore it and carry on. If it doesn't carry any weight, then I don't pay much mind to it. I just simply smile and I would answer. It's fine for me if you ask me a valid question and then I'll happily answer you. I don't have to try and change your mind, but I don't allow it to try and change my mind either.
I like that point that you have to weigh like who's speaking, because you can't be listening to every Tom and Jerry out there. And if you were to speak to yourself now, like when you're getting started, you know, when you're taking that decision, what would you say to yourself after you've seen how things have been and what you have learned in your journey?
There's nothing to be so afraid of. And I would say, like, you have your child's best interest at heart, and that it pays off. So yeah, that's the only two things I would say.
There's nothing to be afraid of. And if you were to speak to your child now when you were getting started, what would you say to her?
I would say that I'm trying to show you as much of the world as possible. I'm trying to open the world to you as much as I possibly can. And this is why we're doing this.
I think I like that. And now if you were to speak to someone now who's at a crossroad, they're not sure whether they should send their kids to school or they should homeschool, what do you say to them? And you know how difficult, I think you know because you've been there, you know, it's very difficult to take that decision saying, I'm not sending my child to school, and you're taking that responsibility of educating your child. So what would you say to a parent who's at a crossroad?
That's a good one. I would definitely say trust yourself. I have this thing where I believe like a mom knows best. If you have like an unsettling feeling towards school or towards homeschooling, maybe if you feel unsettled, do the opposite, whether it's to homeschool or whether it's to not homeschool. Just do, if you feel unsettled, don't do it. And then also, it's again, trust yourself, do the research, and it's really way more fun, and it's a lot easier than what you think it is. Definitely.
No, I'm loving this, and I hope the people are listening or watching, they also take it to heart. Yeah, my daughter is like, yeah.
Wait,
tell me, I know you're on Instagram because you're using this account, but how do people get touch or get hold of you? And you know, you've just shared what you do, and someone might be interested. They want to see, you know, they want to see those field trips that you go on as a family with your daughter. They want to follow you, they want to show you some love, and they also want to learn from you, because right now I think you've shared a number of good points for us to take, you know, and to note going forward when it comes to field trips. How do we get hold of you?
Yeah, so basically I don't have a website or anything. It's basically you have to follow me on, yeah. This is where you'll get hold of me. My DMs are always open because I am homeschooling and because I am also still a freelancing working mom. It might take me a minute or two to respond, but I will always respond. So my DMs is open to any questions. If you need advice on anything, or if you just want to say, hey, I'm in the same boat as you, you're welcome to pop me a DM right here on Instagram.
Thank you so much. It's been nice, and I think let me open. 1 minute, 1 second.
Hi everyone. Oh, mommy. She wants to join the party. She's feeling excluded.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
Feeling excluded. She wants to be a part of it.
It's one of those days, guys. Okay, but before, I think I forgot to go through the comments. Yes, I got that you are available on Instagram, and I'm going to link your page on this video. And then everyone, guys, hi guys, we see you guys who are waving. Lots of you. I actually forgot to read the comments. Let's see. There are a number of comments that I haven't read. Yes, babe, can sit down. Someone is saying, Tanya Peters 19 is saying, I have a toddler and I'm definitely interested in this session. Me too. I have here in the room, and I think it meant a lot. Oh, before I let you go, Elsa, I remember there was a question. Someone said that, how do you make the field trips easier for a mom? Because she feels like when she goes out with her kids, she ends up working more, and she's more stressed, than when she's at home. How do you make it easier for a mom?
Definitely two things: planning and prepping, and also preparing yourself mentally. You have to prepare yourself like, you know what, this is going to take a little bit of effort. I might be tired. I'm doing this for my child. Maybe also don't do it then as often in the beginning, but then planning and prepping. Make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes and comfortable shoes. Make sure you don't pack too much stuff to carry around, because you're probably going to carry your kid at some point. And then make sure your child's comfortable, make sure your child's fed. That is basically it. And then keep it short. If it's too much, don't make it too overwhelming. Choose something that's more suitable to your child and to you as well, where you can feel like you can guide it, you're in control. And that you slowly build up on that. The more experienced you get, the easier it gets. And always have extra stuff in the car, like maybe an extra set of clothes or something like that. Just like if you're in a crisis, you're like, okay, cool. And also know when to call it quits. That's basically it. But preparing yourself mentally and then planning and prepping ahead, and don't take too much stuff.
Nice.
That drives me nuts. And then it's not comfortable.
And you end up using some of
someone else, it's also nice. But those are the best tips I can think of by heart right now.
Oh, nice. I think it's beautiful. I think you're covering everything, actually, because that's what normally stresses us the most, that we have lots of things and we're not using it, carrying it around. Or I also think what you said is also important, like choosing the type of field trip you want to go. Maybe avoiding the busiest things. Maybe it's still new at this, because you will feel the pressure that there are lots of people around. Maybe you're concerned about safety, or maybe you're concerned about a number of things if there are a lot of people around. So maybe that can also, you can add that as well. And then Pearl Holdstock is saying, I've done everything, mommy, because I believe in saving money before making any decision, including money. So she was
saying how much, so that there's no unexpected cost. This one's free, or yes, this is 50 Rand, but make sure you've planned the meals so that you don't have to spend extra on something like that. So planning is key to making it successful, and also to prepare yourself and to have a good time. Planning is definitely
True. And when you have kids, that's when you value even the water. You realize that the water, when you go out, it's too expensive. So rather just carry your own
bottle. Yes,
water is something. Okay, and then Tanya Peters 19 saying, I always search social media and save post if we feel like an outing I'll go to.
That is so brilliant, because you're another mom's experience, and that's part of why I share on Out with Kids, is because you can hear from my experience, what do they have, what don't they have, how much does it cost, and it's valuable input that helps you with your planning, basically. And you can see this person likes similar stuff to me, or this person doesn't really like similar stuff, so I'm just going to scroll past. And it just makes
I've learned a lot. I've actually learned a lot from your page, you know. Like you're saying, when you talk about planning, you know, when you write a caption and then you're just giving like a review of where you've been, you're actually making the other person, the other end, think about those things. Oh, before I go, I need to think about this and this and that. Even if, of course, I mean, Gauteng, I can't maybe come to Cape Town, you know, but when I plan my trips around my city, I can take those points, and yeah, I think that's a brilliant one to save the post.
Will know. Is there a changing station? Is there a feeding station? Oh, they don't sell almond milk. Oh no, they don't have this, or they do have that. Only moms would think of it, and only moms would know. So
true, and that can stress you out. Imagine.
Yes, it's happened to me when I go to new places, and I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah, it can be very stressful. We see you guys, everyone waving. There are lots of people waving. Hi, we see you. We see you. There's a lot of people. I'm just looking for the comments. There's another one from Mommy and Deputy Mommy. I love the homeschooling budget idea. I have one child still homeschooling. I also love that idea.
I'm so glad that it's useful, and it comes literally back to planning, because a budget is essentially planning your finances, and it allows you to make the most of what you have. And it allows you to start for the best experiences. You know, it stretches your budget. So yeah, planning is, again, we keep saying the same thing over and over again, but it makes the world of a difference.
And I think also you also commit to doing it, you know, because now there's this set amount of money. You said you're gonna do this, you didn't do it, so you kind of feel guilty that I didn't.
It is true, but it's like it's prioritizing the experiences, and like it adds value to your lessons at home. It adds value to your life, because now you're learning new things, you're meeting new people that you wouldn't have at home. The questions wouldn't come all by itself just when you see the same four walls and the same backyard. The questions come when you're in a new environment. So you definitely have to value, and like you say, you start prioritizing, you set that amount of money aside.
No, I love that. Everyone else waving, we see you guys. Thank you so much for joining the live. Just want to make sure that I didn't miss any comments.
Thank you so much for joined and asked questions so far.
Yeah, Chelsea saying hi Chelsea. Okay guys, yeah, I think I got all the comments. Thank you so much, it's been amazing. I'm going to save the live chat for people who missed it, and I'll make it available on my YouTube channel. So sometime this week, either my upload is Tuesday or Friday. That will go live on Friday, and then you guys can just watch. If maybe you've missed this, you can watch over there. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching until the end. Really appreciate you, and I hope you guys have learned something. Just leave a comment what you learned and what tips are you taking. I'm definitely taking that budget tip, and also planning, being intentional and planning. So I really enjoyed the chat. It's been amazing. It's been amazing.
It's nice.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience and your wisdom with us. And yeah, all the best with your family.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you. I will leave your link to your page in the description box, so people can just go follow you, show you some love, and also just see what she does. She's amazing. She goes with her daughter everywhere. It's so inspiring. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.